Hi, Rob Sinclair from ENS Trading. Here we are today with the fantastic waste disposal units from InSinkErator. Now these little beauties are designed to save time in the kitchen. You know, when we're peeling potatoes and we get the potato peels in the sink, we have to then try and take those out, dribble across the bench top, across the floor, and then maybe get them into our waste bin. Well, with an InSinkErator installed, we don't need to worry about that anymore. We can simply press the button and watch those potato peels wash down the sink and be ground away. But what happens with all of that? Well, the food waste that's generated by these units flows through our normal sewerage system and ends up in a treatment plant not far from Werribee in Victoria. So for us Melbourneites, we have a beautiful, safe way of treating the actual waste effluent. And of course there's some carbon dioxide gas which is managed through this process and some methane gas that's managed here. And what we do is we capture this in Melbourne and reuse it for energy sources. So compared to maybe composting, which of course many of us do, which is also a great way of managing household waste, we can get some methane gas produced during that composting. Certainly through these disposal units, we're managing that in a slightly better fashion. So convenience and also more environmentally practical. Now InSinkErator have four key models for us to consider. Moving through here from the Model 55 and then the Model 65, which are 0.5 horsepower and 0.65 horsepower. We then move through the Evolution 100 and the Evolution 200. Well, what changes? All of these units have a consistent stainless steel grind chamber. But then on top of that, particularly when we move to the Evolution 100 and the Evolution 200, we get really strong power. We get two different stages of grinding here in the Evolution 100, and then we get three different stages of grinding in the Evolution 200. So moving through the range, more power, we get more stages of grinding, so we get the fineness of the actual food residues is almost cut into half a grain of rice. It's grinding that fine in the top of the range model. And the other thing we can do here is we can see the thickness of the canisters is increasing, not only for motor size, but for sound insulation. So more power, better grinding processes, and also lower noise. Now the exciting thing here is we're going to go and try the Evolution 200, which is the top of the range machine. It is incredibly powerful, it is super low noise, and is grinding, as I was saying, to half a grain of rice in size. So very, very, very small food waste management. And the beautiful thing here is when we're using it, this product is just whisper quiet in the kitchen, connected to an air switch. So let's go and have some fun and actually put some food down the waste disposer and see how this baby works. So here we are at the sink with the Evolution 200 InSinkErator waste disposal unit, the top of the range unit. Super quiet, super powerful, and the most incredibly high level of grind efficiency for our food scrap wastes. So as we were discussing earlier, we want to see this baby in operation. We want to see how convenient it is to actually get rid of our food scrap waste. And we also want to see how little water is used during the process of grinding our food scrap. So let's put this baby to use. First of all, we've got to pop out the plug. As you can see, a high-grade stainless steel waste, beautifully designed to complement any high-quality sink. We pop that out of the road. Turn on some cold water, and yes, it needs to be cold water. Use my air switch to actually turn the unit on, and now we're ready to actually pop the food scrap waste down the sink. So let's go for it. In they go, and now we can start actually pushing the food scrap waste through the unit and grinding them away from us. So we've seen those food scraps go through the Evolution 200 effortlessly. You saw how little noise it was actually made. Now what we have to do, of course, after the grinding process is finished, is just turn the unit off. We allow the water just to flow through for 10 seconds, just to remove any residual food grinds, and then there we are, finished. So convenient and so easy, a great help in the kitchen. InSinkErator waste disposal units, I think, a must for any modern renovation.